James, thank you. Our next finalist is Jasira King, a fifth grade student at William Brown Miller Elementary School. Hello, Jasira.
Hello.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Why is math?
Because you can find a solution and there's so many algorithms.
All right, mathematician. Is this a good height?
Yes.
Okay.
March 17, 1966. On the campus of Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, Dr. King spoke these words. We may have to repent in this generation, not merely for the vitriolic words and violent actions of the bad people, but also for the appalling silence and indifference of the good people. As a 10-year-old fifth grader, I have seen how bullies can change their behavior because someone stood up to them. But I have also seen how victims can feel their situation remains the same because everyone stayed silent. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a brave barrier breaker. He was a prolific preacher and prophet who held peaceful protests with a powerful presence. He was devoted to being America's drum major for justice. He was a vocal and valiant visionary. So what do I believe will be Dr. King's vision for America in 2020? Well, I discovered the word vision has two definitions, and it is kind of like cause and effect, the way Dr. King lived his life. The first definition of the word vision is having sight with your physical eyes, and the other describes it as a hope of how things could be in the future. So because of the injustice and inequalities he could see with his physical eyes, the effect was that he had to have a dream. And that dream was simple, that every human being will have equal opportunities to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I believe Dr. King's vision for America in 2020 is that America will truly have 2020 vision. Now, this does not mean perfect sight. In fact, it just means fair and balanced. This type of vision starts by electing and appointing leadership that sees all of humanity this way, fair and balanced. Dr. King has said, we need leaders not in love with money, but in love with justice, not in love with publicity, but in love with humanity. Can you imagine what our country, our world will look like if we elect a president that fits this description? We need those leaders in our government, schools, churches, and homes. Leadership that embodies intellect, integrity, and inclusiveness. Dr. King's vision would reflect his own words. We must learn to live together as brothers and sisters, or we will perish as fools. This means that we require the same laws and punishments applied to everyone equally. It means that we return to the notion that children are not just America's future, we are America's now. We need equity in education along with social and moral elevation. Living together as brothers and sisters means that America reaches into her soul and repairs brokenness. Broken systems, societies, and spirits. It means that she restores relationships inside and outside her borders. It means repeating goods and rejecting bads. It means that America must revive her heart and remember that this is a country of difference and diversity, and that does not mean lower or less. The late Honorable Elijah Cummings said, "Diversity is not America's problem, it is her promise." Dr. King believed he saw the promised land. I imagine that he would envision that in 2020, every adult would be reminded of something we children say every day. America, We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.